Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this is your news update for the week of July 25th, 2022, where we cover the weekly Apple news, rumors, leaks, as well as the upcoming releases of iOS. And last week we had the release of iOS 15.6. I talked all about that in a separate video, but Apple also updated HomePod to version 15.6, and they added a couple features, and then it also hints at it coming to new countries. So Apple added support for Mandarin, Cantonese, and Japanese. So if we go into the Home app, then we go down to our HomePod, press and hold, go into our accessory details, then go into settings and language. Under language, you can see the new languages I mentioned, but if we scroll down, you can see that we have Norwegian and Swedish. Apple didn't mention this, and this hints at those countries getting access to HomePod. They currently don't have HomePods natively available there, so we could be seeing that very soon, as maybe it will just be HomePod Mini or maybe some new variant later on. But they've updated it with those new languages and hinted at some future releases. A developer named Michael Strieber created a new app for Mac called the Apple Store Time Machine. You can download this for free or you can donate as well, but it gives you a look back in time at what the original Apple Store looked like in Tyson's Corner, as well as a few others, Stanford Shopping Center, Fifth Avenue, and Apple Infinite Loop. So if you want to check that out, it's available for Mac on both Apple Silicon and Intel, and you can check it out for free or leave him a donation if you appreciate the work he's done and want him to do more. So as you can see, there's some views from it, but if you want to see the full interactive app, be sure to check it out. I'll link it in the description. Apple's upcoming quarterly earnings are just around the corner in a few days. We'll have those on July 28th, and if we go into Apple here, you'll see you can add it to your calendar in the Stocks app. You can also go to their Apple Financial Results website and then listen in at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time to listen to the conference call live where they go over their latest earnings. So I'll link that in the description if you want to check this out, and it's available free for everyone to listen that wants to. Apple has been sending out emails for tax-free holidays in certain states, and you can see here's the email. If we learn more, we can go to their website all about it, or it brings us to the Apple Store and shows us different products we can actually have tax-free. Now this is specific to states. You can see here Arkansas, Florida, Massachusetts, Missouri, New Mexico, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia, with specific dates here. You can also see the products that are available under that tax-free week, and that's already started in certain locations such as Florida and then continues up through August or so. So as you can see, it varies depending on where you live. So for South Carolina, you can see eligible products and more. So again, I'll link that in the description, and you can get those tax-free if you're looking maybe to shop for school, college, or anything else. This would be a good time to get in on that if you're in those states. If not, unfortunately, it doesn't apply. But one deal you can get in on, depending on the area you live, is AirPods Pro. They're discounted again on Amazon for $179.99, and you've asked me many times to share different deals throughout the week. I'll link that in the description, along with the iPad Mini 6th Gen, which is down about $100 or so, or close to it at $409. They're affiliate links. I will get a little bit of money for that, but if you don't want that, just go to Amazon and search for it yourself. You'll see those discounts available directly from Apple. This is not sold by a third-party manufacturer or anything else. They're sold directly from Apple, so I'll link those in the description if you're interested. Also, if you've been trying to get an Apple Studio display, the wait time is significantly decreased lately, down to 1 to 2 weeks. You can see here for the Studio display with just tilt adjustable stand, August 4th or so, August 5th, or you can pick it up in store August 5th, at least nearby to me, and it's available now. So if you've been wanting to get one of those, it used to be 1 to 2 months, now it's about 1 to 2 weeks, so that's easily available. Now, if you're using WhatsApp regularly, this is about to get an update that could be very helpful if you have a group chat and someone left. Apparently, in a new update, according to WA Beta Info, in a current beta, they're actually allowing you to go and see who's left or who's been removed from group chat. So if you were trying to contact someone, you'll be able to at least contact them separately. Now, for years, we've had Apple's Butterfly keyboards. Many people are still using it, and as you can see here on the 2016 MacBook Pro 13-inch, they have a very shallow travel depth, and people either love them or don't like them at all, but there was a class action lawsuit that has been won against Apple for them being faulty, up to $50 million in the states of California, Florida, Illinois, Michigan, New Jersey, and New York, as well as Washington State. They claimed that Apple knew about the problem and did nothing about it. If approved by a judge, then Apple will pay up to $395 per person, depending on which one you had replaced or what you had replaced, whether it just be keycaps perhaps the keyboard and more. So again, I'll link that in the description, but it is only in those states mentioned, unfortunately. So if you're someone that actually had to have it replaced, you can do that. However, Apple did offer up to 4 years of replacements and free repairs on them, so I'm not sure that's justified. I'd be curious to know what you think about that. I personally had issues on this MacBook with the spacebar sticking from time to time. I just pressed it a few times and it worked fine after that. But did you have issues? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Of course, now we're back to the more durable scissor design, and these seem to be really nice. Apple should have kept these all along, in my opinion. It was nice to have the shallow travel and super thin laptops, but these are much nicer to actually press and use regularly. So I really like the new MacBook Air keyboard, as well as all the other ones with the scissor keys as well. Now, Apple's iPhone 13 models just jumped as far as sales are concerned in China. As lockdowns ease, many people have gone back to purchasing phones, and apparently a lot of people have jumped in and gotten 13 Pro and Pro Max devices. So their sales have actually jumped quite a bit. Now, not necessarily year over year compared to others, but Apple and Samsung are at the top of the list as far as that goes. So a lot of people are jumping in and getting them, and with an economic slowdown, or at least what we think is happening, we'll know more during this earnings call whether or not Apple sold a ton of these or things are actually slowing down and we've sort of reached saturation. So I think with the iPhone 14 coming up soon, we'll probably see a little bit of a slowdown, but that seems to be something that a lot of people are still trying to get, is with the iPhone 13. Also with this latest MacBook Air, a lot of people talked about it overheating and more, but I actually was able to edit a 4K video. Of course, this midnight color does leave a lot of fingerprints. That's just from me picking it up a couple times during this video. So that's a bit annoying. Maybe there's a way we can fix that. But if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. But other than that, this one actually is one of my favorite designs. I know a lot of people complain about it overheating and more, but I personally have not had that experience when just using it with regular tasks. Even editing a video, it's not as fast as what you would have with an M1 Ultra, but it's not meant to be used as a full-time editing machine. But it seemed to keep itself fine for about 5 or 10 minutes, but still you could fully use it while you were editing and exporting. So to me, it wasn't really a concern, but again, let me know what you think about that in the comments below. If you're on a computer and you don't have the TV app installed, you'll actually now be able to search across the website if you go to tv.apple.com. I wasn't able to get this to work on iPhone. It brings you to the App Store, so if we go into TV, it brings you right to the App Store. But if you're on a computer, you can now search to see if it's worth it for you. So you can search across the TV app and see if it's worth it for you to actually maybe subscribe to it or try it out. So that's nice. They've updated it on the website and it's available now. Now, I haven't been into the Jailbreak community for years, but I know a lot of you care about it, so I wanted to let you know an iOS 15 jailbreak appears to be near, according to a recent tweet from the Odyssey team on Twitter. As you can see here, it says Chayote coming very soon or coming soon, and you'll see it says jailbreak. It shows sort of the interface and how you would do that. It also will have some theming available, and then you'll see here's the official Twitter, of course. But it'll have some theming, and then on the latest tweet, they've actually shown what that theme could look like. So a couple different previews with some different gradients in different colors. So that should be available very soon. If you're someone that's into that, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's not something I've covered for years, but again, I'd love to hear from you. Now for future updates, iOS 15.7 betas could be as soon as this week. And of course, we are expecting iOS 16 public betas soon as well. iOS 16 public beta 2 or beta 4. So usually beta 4 will come out first to developers, and then later in that day or the next day, we'll see public beta 2. They could switch the numbers to be the same just to make it the same across both platforms, but iOS 16 beta 2 for the public should be very, very soon, or beta 4 for developers. So hopefully we see that as soon as tomorrow or Wednesday, and usually they stagger those updates, so iOS 15.7 betas could be the next day or the following day after the iOS 16 betas, or the other way around. We just don't know for sure. Now, iPhone 14 production should be well underway. I've talked about that with these models in previous videos quite a bit. And of course, we're expecting iPhone 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max. So that's what we're expecting next. And they're expected to ship now with 6 gigabytes of RAM still, according to a recent report by DigiTimes. They've also said the RAM will get an upgrade, though, to faster LPDDR5 RAM instead of the current LPDDR4X RAM. So that's something they could get a little bump there. And then also the production is underway, but apparently they're gaining additional suppliers, according to Ming-Chi Kuo, to ensure Apple can meet production demands. Kuo also said that despite despite delays here and there with components, that it should not affect the overall production despite local lockdowns. So despite all of that, they're still producing them and getting them shipped out on time. So hopefully we'll see them on time. Either way, it looks like production's well underway with multiple suppliers this time around. Now, last week we heard about a Pro model of an Apple Watch that could be coming very soon, according to Mark Gurman. That version of the Apple Watch is now expected to be a little bit different in its design, according to Mark Gurman, and launch alongside the Apple Watch Series 8. He said it'll have a new design in titanium, taking the place of the Apple Watch Edition, although he didn't say that personally, but not offer flat sides like was rumored last year, but instead will be an evolution of the current rectangular shape, according to Mark Gurman. It will also have a 7% larger display that makes the watch large enough that it may not appeal to everyone. Unfortunately, the long-awaited blood pressure and revolutionary blood glucose sensors that we've been waiting for some time don't seem to be ready yet, but a body temperature sensor is expected and likely will make it into this year's Series 8 Apple Watches. So it could sense your temperature, but not really much else, just have a redesign. But no circular design, just an evolution of this design in a titanium body with a more durable overall body itself, maybe even being resistant to depths deeper than what we have currently. Apple is still working on a foldable device, but apparently that's going to be a little ways out, but Samsung is saying they're going mainstream this year. So we'll have to see in a few weeks what Samsung has along those lines, but Apple is still working on that as well as the AR VR headset. But there's no new news other than what I mentioned last week. Now, let me know what you're most excited for in the comments below. Of course, I'll have updates about iOS 16 betas and iOS 15.7 if that releases. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.